Does feminism exist in Ukraine? If it's different feminism from what you know about it in the West, in what proportions it exists in Ukraine, and what in actuality Ukrainian women want in regards of relationship, work, how they see it. Hello guys, my name is Anna, and that's what we will be discussing today. By the way, I invite you to participate in our poll. You can find it on our channel, right? And answer a question. And I see some guys already answering. Andy. Hi, Andy. Hi, everyone. The poll is trick question. As Ukraine see feminism is in a different way than the Western women define feminism. Still, I put my vote on 80%. Thank you, Andy. I invite you all guys to participate, and in the end of this video, we will talk about the results, okay? Because the way you perceive it and in actuality, what is this? It will be very interesting. I believe this video will be very educational for you. First, I will share my thoughts on this point, okay, on this topic, and at the end, on the second part of the video, I would be happy to go through your comments, guys, and answer all your questions, okay? So let's get started, right? So, guys, in my opinion, if you take a category of women 30 plus, so those one was also, you know, those parents grew up in a Soviet Union society where it was very traditional world, right? And so this is older people. Hi everyone. Oh, sorry, I worry too much. I don't know why. It's like first time. Okay, it's good sign. So, in my opinion, those category, okay, about feminism, it depends on age of the lady you date. Okay, let's start from here. So the older you date, the more like traditional she is. It's her base core, because yes, it's all like, you know, modern tendencies. They affect Ukraine. They flew like, you know, like a wind, you know, affected, but mostly young generation. And we will talk about how it affects, because this is very interesting, you know. It's like they heard something, but in actuality, they don't know how even to apply it, you know. So it's, if it exists, in my opinion, in age category like 30 plus, its tendency, it like leads to almost zero. Or if you want, we can compare it to the West. In my opinion, this is maybe 1 woman in 10. This is in a worst case scenario, okay? And Joe will also share today his opinion on that. But if you look in a younger generation, like 20 plus, you will find out that those people know something about it, heard about something, and they even try to adjust it, or, you know, some of it, right? Feminism has a lot of different points, right? So they try to use in their life some of it, but it's just so small. It's so small number of those people who even heard about this, okay? So recently I talked to our streamer, Sasha. She lives in the west of Ukraine, where mostly people more aware of, you know, they're more in contact with the Western world, because they basically, even by territory, they're closer to Poland, to Europe, right? And a lot of people in the west of Ukraine, they actually making money abroad. Even before war, it was like they all go abroad, so they leave, they experience, and then they come back to their, you know, to Ukraine, yeah, they bring this new tendency. So Sasha now lives in Lviv, and she told me she observed one like situation in the in a coffee shop where young, probably date, couple on a date, they was like talking about who will pay bill for coffee, like 22 years old, a boy and girl. They was like, they was confused. Should they follow, this rule 50-50%? So, and like women would feel like still, not sure about if this bring her happiness, if she okay with this. So it was even like she feel like, so this thing in a young generation, it's kind of touching both, men and women. And men, because for so many years, traditional system, traditional values, traditional world in Ukraine, it's patriarchal system, right? And so it's created a lot of pressure on men, right? And so the tendency that men, tired to be, to have this super responsibility, and so young generation, they hear, okay, it can be 50-50 split it. So they started to approach girls with this, but again, this is not landing in a very good way, especially if we talk about, I don't know, coffee, which in Ukraine costs, I don't know, when less than $1. So again, it's create a lot of that's what I'm telling you. Do you want to say hi? I just cannot think you're here.
Oh, you can't think when I'm here.
Yeah.
Sorry. Hey guys, I just wanted to wish you luck. Is you doing awesome? Hey guys, I just wanted to remind you, vote in the poll if you haven't already. How much more feministic do you think, or how much less? Sorry, how much less feminism do you think is in Ukraine versus the West? 20%, 50%, 80%, or 10 times? We want to know what you guys think. And I'm going to join you later from the car if Anna wants to invite me into StreamYard. Meanwhile, I just wanted to give you a heads up of something really wild that's coming up. It's coming up tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Where does Dima put the videos? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is coming up tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern time on Mail Order Brides Scams YouTube channel. Check it out.
You may not believe this, but this woman was a mail order bride. This job offer sounded like work in a marriage agency. That's like really interesting how they call these vacancies. Like, you're not scamming men, you're a model, you're a translator. It was really disgusting to look at the photos. Like, does he look by the photo what he has money, which is like so weird. Like, how can you tell it by photo? Men on this site, they're mostly in their 40s, 60s, and the main task of translator is to press on these things, press on the problems of this person. There was also this advice to write down like the birthdays of their children and grandchildren to make it look like you actually care. And this man, he starts to attach to you, he starts to fall in love with you. It's time for me to confess, you've been bamboozled. Maybe there is some girls who is actually registering there, but I have never seen such women who just really register to find love. No, they do register to find money. You will get like...
Anyway, that's it, guys. I'm stoked to share this with you because I haven't had an actual confession from a mail order bride scammer since I started Mail Order Bride's YouTube channel back in 2017. So yeah, you're going to hear it from the horse's mouth kind of thing. Okay, I'll leave you, babe. And I may or may not join you from the car, and I'll share with you my experience, my one little experience with feminism in Ukraine. Otherwise, nada, nothing. Okay. Best of luck, babe. Oh,
I guess it was in Western Ukraine.
It was a woman from West Ukraine.
That's what I'm telling.
And the poll is age 30 to 40. That's very important that we frame it, because this girl was actually, Dad Joseph, 26. Yeah. So, and that's why That's why she was feministic. Yeah. Well, and West Ukraine. Anyway, good luck then. Bye,
Thank you.
guys.
Thank you. Yeah, I need luck to talk on this. So, as I said, in this age category 20 plus, people heard about this. They really like struggling to understand what they need to pick from this, how to apply to traditional culture, how to, I don't know, what's good about this, what's challenging, this is like just so new. Like I understand everything in Ukraine so like behind the time from, main tendencies, right? But it's slowly, coming there as well. As I said, in a young age group, like 20 plus. So, Sasha, our streamer who was observing this picture, she say when people was fighting about about who will pay coffee bill, she was like, where this world is going, she's like, don't know how to react. Sasha, okay, she's in age category 30 plus, so it was like, it was interesting observation for her, Again, this is west of Ukraine. If you go to Kiev, south part and like north part, it's just something that didn't come in maybe, or came in just in smaller, again, even in smaller amount, this information. But generally speaking, it's just like tendency, overall tendency leads to zero, zero. And so some things, foreigners, where they, I don't experience talking to Ukrainian people, or just, I understand you guys, this is your pain, this is your, something that bothering you. And so any sign that you can, experience in Ukraine, you may make conclusion that this is feministic movement, but in actuality, this is different thing. And I will talk about this later. What is this, You can perceive from your experience, because that's what you know about world, right? Because this is your words. So you can make conclusion, she's feministic. But in actuality, this is different thing. And you need to be aware of that, dating Ukrainian woman. So what in actuality Ukrainian women wants in regards of family, relationship? For many years, it was patriarchal system, right? Where man was, main provider with a lot of pressure and responsibility, and, world tendencies, generally speaking, leading to balance, right? And so all this over pressure with time need to be balanced. So now, especially young generation men, they, when they hear about this, they like feel, or like we relieved, so they want to actually experience what is feminism, they want to implement this in some level in their relationship. Young, again, not all, but some cases, right? At the same time, what happened to Ukrainian women? They realize they have a lot of great things that they want to bring to the world. They want to be useful to the world. They want to realize their talents, passion, and so they wanted to I don't know this word, like to bring in themselves more to the world, to be more active. But the keys here is their intention. If it's in the West, its intention is to fight for your rights and to compete with a man. This is very different intention in Ukraine, and that's what I think you don't get. In Ukraine, her intention is to actually bring some value to society. That's her main motivation. And also one more motivation, to be She knows when she work, when she develop herself, when she have some personal realization, she become more interesting personality. She's developing her in like very holistic way, and so she knows that she will always be interesting partner to her soulmate, to her husband. And so if you remember this thing that in Ukraine we have very big competition to a man, like men have a lot of choices. So this is one more reason why this is one of fear that driven woman, that if I will not be working, he will find me in time not interesting person. He go at work, he has personal realization, I'm staying at home mom, don't do nothing, and like my intellectual level drops, I don't have nothing to talk to about him. And so she's afraid that in time he will lose interest to her. So this is one of the things why she wants to have personalization, but not, you see, the key is not to compete with men, not to prove him something. And if you meet woman Ukrainian who has this intent, run different direction. This is not should be something that driven her, but this is so like it's almost not exist. As I say, if you talk about general main tendencies, it's always key two things. Just she has this potential, she feel, and she just want to unfold it to the world. She wants to engage with this world. She wants to, her soul come to this world, bring in some talents, she wants to be useful to society. And then she also wants to be interested to her man. And yeah, and this is very true. We have a lot of couples that broke up and men find another woman more interested because he just simply found her, okay, she's just nothing to talk about, in time. And she don't want to be this single mom because of she become not interesting person anymore for men. So you see what I mean here, guys? And again, even if we talk about her desire to have work, the key point here, it's also she has always priority, it's family. Even if you meet a woman who, I don't know, lawyer, who spent like years of getting education, when she meet right man, she give up her career of lawyer, not interested. She just like, now I give a break. I just want to be mother in full. I want to, commit certain years of my life, to enjoy her motherhood. And this will be always priority for them. So this is two things that make, like if you meet Ukrainian woman who wants to work, you need to keep in mind, normally there is always the main difference between Western woman. She always, her priority always family and her intent to work. As I said, to realize herself and to be interesting person, but not to compete with a man and prove him something. This is very different intent. And that's what I want you mostly understand about Ukrainian women, okay? And so, also, we have women in Ukraine who live in such, like, I don't know, high feminine energies where they basically kind of, I don't know, if some of them grew up in families very traditional, where all her life, like, spent raising children, and she never had to work. So those women also exist in Ukraine who just like really work brings them so much stress that they like if they will be continue to work for 5 years, they will probably go to, they will die because of how much stress, So some of them really wants just to enjoy staying home, taking care about family. But I can tell you this tendency become like less and less. Those women you can meet in Ukraine, most of them just want to find this balance between their self-realization and money making, right? It's connected to self-value, self-worth, and at the same time keeping in mind, family as your priority. So those are major type of women that you can meet in Ukraine. At the same time, guys, we have different requests from clients, right? Some men say, listen, I don't want her to work. I am great provider. I just want her to, take care about home, or I don't know, maybe travel with me, all over the world. We have this request, So if she's focused on her career, it just will really not work like if she wants personal realization, it will hard to match those people, right? But then we have clients who say, I want her to have work. I want her to be interesting person. I want her to, to be able to talk to her about different projects, maybe doing something together. Like, I just feel attraction when women also have doing something, right? So here, I always say there is different type of woman. As I said, I believe that tendency most of Ukrainian women wants to work. They don't want it to be like, especially if they move in the West, they don't want men to say, you must work because it's expensive to live here, They don't want this kind of, invitation. But they want, in ideal world, they want it to be their option, because they don't want, especially when they move to another country, of course, it takes time to adjust, to learn, to improve your English to a certain level, and all this time they will be relying on men, right? In many ways, emotionally, financially. So she don't want to move to another country to go at work that she doesn't like to do, right? I don't know, just because when she moves, it takes time to, I don't know, to maybe re-educate yourself. I know, cases of our clients who got married, right? She wanted to continue to do work that she was doing in Ukraine. She was working in technic company, and she something with the optic internet, and so she wanted to continue this to do. And this is no problem, but you just need to, like, I think it was 2-year college or something to educate. And she wanted to move, and because of her English education, all of that, go, I don't know, to go and clean houses. This is just, especially if in Ukraine, I don't know, she was doctor or some profession. Obviously that she cannot continue her doctor practice in the West, right? But she can find something that will be nice replacement for her. But for this you need time, and like to find something that close to your heart that you will be enjoying, right? So, like, I talked to my brother, he has birthday today, and I see he was working many years, basically half of his life in the main okay, it's not a point. Like, I understand when you move to another country, it takes time to find you new field, new area, what to do, right? Adjust yourself to new conditions. So so in this regard, I believe that key is always to find right match for you. If you're looking for a woman who you want she to be at home, just to make sure, this woman has the same intent, she just loves this. This is very natural, caring about like family, and this is just like everything. I know these women in Ukraine. I know, like, personally, some of them in our database, I know, because I invite my friends, some of them in our database. It's not majority again, but they exist. So here, should be definitely a right match for you, and this is important to have the same vision, on how family will be, and your activities and how much time. Okay, one more thing I want to add. If this young lady, of course, she wants to, mostly, she wants, I don't know, even young, I say, like, from 25 and up, or even 30, 40 years, she wants to, have work and continue. She has this level of energy, right? But if you date woman like 55 years old, mostly, At this age, they don't want already to start career. At this age, they have, pretty difficult life in Ukraine, all life, and they just want to, at this point, to find just some, reliable man that wants family, and they just want to spend this time in peace, living with him, I don't know, enjoying simple life, simple things, but definitely not to start stressful career from scratch at this age, right? So again, we're coming back to age category here as important as a general vision for a woman. Of course, there can be in 55 even woman who wants to start everything, but everything from scratch in new country. She has a lot of energy, This also can be a case, but I talk about general tendencies. And so, guys, what or country? I'm trying to understand what I write. Okay. Before we talk about like what you might consider the feminism, but in actuality this is not feminism, and this is a very deep psychological thing, and I want you to listen carefully and understand and catch it, And before that, I just want to remind you, if you, interested about dating Ukrainian woman, finding your prospective soulmate with us, you're welcome on board. If you want, if you have questions about this journey, how specifically we work, you can simply go to matchguaranty.com/register and get your free matchmaking consultation with us, where you will find questions on all your questions, on all your burning questions. We've done so many videos, but I understand you simply in this time we don't have much time to learn everything, so you can find answers to all questions individually on your personal consultation. Now, one moment. Okay. So what you might recognize as a feminism, but it has, in actuality, it has different roots. It had different roots. Have you heard about that in actuality, all of us, when we're looking for soulmate, we're looking for role model, what we experience being a child in a family. For these things or for controversial scenario. Controversial from what we experience. So, for example, let's take example of how people treat children, right? And what's acceptable, what's not acceptable. Here you need to be on the same page with your woman as well, right? Sorry, I don't know what. Too much coffee. So you personally or your friends, you can see picture that, for example, if they grew up in a family where a father was very strict and beat them in their childhood, there is two possible scenarios. When they have their own family, they also can continue to be the same type of father who, beat children, as a part of, especially if it's boy, as a part of his belief of, how do you need to grow man. Or he just had, this boy, this man who now starting his family in childhood, he has such a big trauma from this experience that he promised himself that when he will have family, he will never be such a father to his children. So he will never touch children, physically abuse them. So guys, do you understand what I'm talking about? No? Yes, no, yes, no. Write me in comments. So it calls in psychology you go to concert scenario, just repeat scenario that you experienced in a childhood, or you just go in a concert scenario where you act like 180 degrees different, right? In a complete different way. So the same with the families. If it happened, what obviously can easily happen in the West, in a feminism family, if men, okay, let's talk not in the West, let's talk in Ukraine. Again, this is about role model. If woman in Ukraine, being a girl, raising up in a family where mother was leading in a family, which is not typical, right? Because this is traditional culture. Normally man leads, but it can happen. She grew up in a family where mama took traditional, and this case is much more in the west of Ukraine compared to other parts of Ukraine, where mother was the strong woman, who solve all problems, So, and father just like bring this, bring that, and go away, So like mother treat father with disrespect. And so she, as a child, see this model, and in her adult life, she make decision for herself. She wants to just repeat her mother's scenario, role model, to take it as a role model for her relationship, and just be this strong woman, and find weak man that she can tell what to do in life, because normal, healthy man, strong man would not be okay with this treatment, with this kind of treatment, right? Or she say, listen, this is something wrong here. I feel sick of it, And so she made promise in her life that she will be in future, when she has her family, she wants men who will be leading a family, and she will be just like a woman in her feminine energy, following men, having these more flexible, softened energies. And so if you meet woman in Ukraine that you perceive she's, because she knows a lot about feminism, this is not feminism. She didn't heard about this. This is just about, it can happen if she's just repeating this model, role model of what she experienced as a child in her family. That's why, guys, it's very important for you, when you introduce to a woman, look and ask about how things, was in her family, how she's been raised, You can get a lot of this. When we do soul profiles, we always ask about father, mother relationship, you can understand a lot from those information if you know how to use it. And but even if it was like a wrong model where mama was, it doesn't mean she chooses for her. You can understand a lot from her energy. Did you feel difference when I talk like that? Do you feel difference? Do you feel I'm in a feminine energy when I speak like that? Sorry, maybe it was too loud. Or do you feel when I'm speaking in my normal voice like now, do you feel there is more men speaking or women speaking? Sorry, maybe it was too loud. So when you being introduced to women, I think you sense this, You sense this. I sense living now in the West here. I sense this very strong masculine energy from women that make me like, it's very like, sometimes very like pushy, and that's something that I never experienced from Ukrainian women living there, because in actuality, most of them, they live in a high feminine energy, and high feminine energy, this is opposite of masculinity. They have different problem. If you will interview Ukrainian women, and really will find what they want to work with, they all want to work with their confidence. They all most of them non-confident in themselves. And if you will look deeper, I'm talking about ladies like 30 plus again. If you will look like more deeper, why is that so? Because you see, they've been raised by parents who've been raised in Soviet Union, where all people was equal to each other. your uniqueness, your talent, it was something that was not exist. You all the same. That is the thing how they was raised. If you think you're unique, or you will be chased by KGB, you will be chased, all this was prescient. It was like, it was all these talents and things that people want, like, to bring to the world. It was pressured. It was danger. So people was suppressive those things, in them. And that's how they was raised. And then they have their own children who also with this programming, right? It's set their mind. It's dangerous to be unique, to bring to realize yourself. It's dangerous. So this is programming. So they treat children, they raise children like, be quiet, be like, be shy. And like women feel, a lot of women now feel conflict. They feel like they have something to the world, but they're so much afraid to, like, to go in personal realization. And so maybe with the so when you say me that you, I don't know if there is that in Ukraine you meet a lot of feministic women. This is just make me laugh. Like, I mean, if I will see this in stats, whatever, simply because I'm explaining how those people is the same as me. I was raised by Soviet Union parents, where my grandmother told my mom that don't say good words about you. Don't say you're good girl. Let other people tell you that you good girl. Like self-love syndrome, self-unloved syndrome. And that's also caused by women. They live, a lot of them, in position where they feel they just don't deserve love, just deserve, just because they was born. They need to they need to do something for this, to be loved. So a lot of them, they I don't know, forgetting about themselves. They just dissolving in the man, serving them, doing like the best things they can, which is also not right. Right? It also doesn't lead nobody to happiness. So it's always the best thing is to find this, balance between self-love and, giving love to other people, right? So guys, I hope I, cover you here what's in my perception you perceive as a feminist, because you look from your own experience living in the West, and so you oversensitive about this, and if that's everything and I'm not judging you. I know where it come from, because this is your picture, this is your world. I understand you come with this perception, you come to Ukraine and you want to understand what's going on here. Or recent, she talk very bad, very unrespectful to men, or she's feministic. No, it just comes from, it's not because of feministic. But I must say, I don't believe this is very common in Ukraine, those couples, where women, because they very go like against traditional culture, and what women in generally wants. But but also it's exist, it's exist. And so those kind of things you might perceive. But it's not like I don't believe you can meet in Ukraine woman who will tell you, don't open door for me, I can do it for myself. Hello. Or woman who will compete. I mean, maybe this you can, maybe some exception. So if you look at the many different, things, what the feminism standing for, if you see some signs of feminism, this is just different thing in Ukraine. And again, the key is to understand that if woman in Ukraine wants to work, her intention behind that, and you can ask her why you want to work, and here you will hear her your answers. You will get your answers, right? And normally answers will be, I want to be useful to this world. I want just to realize myself, my potential. I feel I have something to share with this world, and then I want to be interesting for my partner, that I will have to talk about something, right? So that's the thing, guys. And I think it's a key to understand that your fears or your perception. Some of you say, oh, Ukrainian women don't want to work. They just want to find husband who will pay bills, There is women who wants, but it's not just he paying bills. She just see her life mission of being a mother, being a, she will bring her value, but just in different way. That in actuality, I think you never experience in your life. This level of care that this woman would provide to a man, for whom this is life mission, to who see herself like very harmonically in making from the man's cave a cozy, nice place. And she does this not by investing a lot of money. It's just very natural for highly feminine woman to, we call it, to make candy from a poop, So it just, guys don't get that, and I understand why they don't get, because they never experience this. Is not in their not in their picture. This overflowing amount of care and love and things that women can do for a man. It's hard to understand it if you never experience it, and I totally get it. But again, most of the women, they want to work. They want to work, but having very different intent compared to the West. So let me read your comments, guys. Thank you that you're not interrupting me. That you're so quiet. Okay. Привет. Okay, let's read what you think. Feminism are about gender equality for women to be the best they can be. Most people focus on negative stereotypes of feminism because they lack of education about feminism in a positive way. Yes, and I mean, I know there is different sides of it, and if you will just pick, only, bad things, toxic about it, it will lead you. I mean, I understand this movement was created in order to serve women, to help them, to protect them, to give them also some, some possibility to realize themselves. But then, as always, it often happens that some good intention things, they just appear to the world and turning into very unpredictable side that you actually didn't want them to go, right? So I always say it's always about woman's intention here, sorry. What can you please put back this statistic? How much less feministic do you believe Ukrainian women ages 34? Okay, total votes 20% less, 16 50% less. No, okay, 20% less, 16%, 50% less, 28%, 80% less, 20%, 10 times less, 36%. Yeah. In my opinion, as I said, it just leads to zero. If you see things that you perceive as a feminism, it's just different things. But generally speaking, I see tendencies in Ukraine that more of it's not only in Ukraine, it's worldwide, where all souls being awakening, and they just want to, all people wants to like bring their potential, to realization. So it's just worldwide tendencies. But again, if I need to choose from those numbers, it will be the biggest number. The biggest number, 10 times less. Yeah. Thank you. And we will hear Joe's opinion on that, since he faced it one time in his 50 dates in Ukraine, right? It's number, interesting number, yeah, 50 first dates. So probably it's good statistic, I mean, I understand his experience before me. It was a needed part, to understand better Ukrainian culture, to become who him became, So I should be grateful to all these 49 dates that happened before me. Okay, I don't know why I was worried so much. Feminism in Ukraine, real equality, not superiority. Thank you, Juan. I would agree here. A lot of Ukrainian women, if you will look at their even profiles on a website, you will find out that a lot of them, they're looking for kind of partner, partner in relationship. And they mean this in every single way, They don't want, when we have guys like who calling us and say, Ukrainian women very submissive, or like, I want very submissive woman. Like, no, this is just not your pause. You need to go to, I don't know, other women. Maybe Filipino ladies will be more, will be better match here, but not Ukrainian. If you will see that most of them, they want, I mean, in Ukraine also can be very submissive woman, but why man wants submissive woman? Because he wants, he's very non-confident in himself, he's not strong, and he wants woman who will be even less confident, even more weak. So like it will be, good match, who will be looking at him like a hero. It's from a lot of complexes, that's normally happen. Okay, so if you look at the normal picture profile of Ukraine, most of Ukrainian women, they want more kind of a partner, where you, even in traditional culture, the main, like last, you discuss it, they want men to be able to discuss with them, things. But the most important decisions is always like last word after man will be, So we can discuss, but normally if man wants to take leading role, so he's taking responsibility for decision he makes, but it doesn't mean that he makes all decision and she's live like a child there, where she doesn't have any even rights to speak, right? So that's what it is. Feminism exists. There are government-backed feminist organization in Ukraine now, which also funded by United Nations organization. Of course, it's coming to Ukraine. I mean, if people just will be picking up the best things of it, and just using, things that work for them, As I say, guys who come, foreigners who come to Ukraine to date Ukrainian women, learning our culture, pick the best things from our culture, and just that's what I love about international marriages, because you have so much possibility to pick different best things from all culture and just create something together, your own, Like, for example, they think that in Ukraine we don't share, like if you have fight in the family, we don't, it doesn't go outside of the family, Like, I know that in the West, often when you have fight, you tell your parents about like how bad he is, and then what happened? It's already ruined perception of, parents, and just like parents love, of course, your kid the most. This is all life will be like that. And so they see him, they lose in respect, and this is your, your partner. You overcome this fight, everything good afterwards, but then your parents live with this, they already like impression already. So those things, keep things inside a family, work with them, don't go and spread it around, don't need that. Sharing with the friends. I mean, in order, if it's healing for you, maybe it's with someone close friend who will, but this is not your family members. That's how you kill a relationship. And so I believe those things, if you pick up from Ukrainian culture, you really can help your relationship to all relationship, And again, if you really love each other, it's always a matter of, desire to people to work with their, with things, going together through rainy days, right? It's not always sunny days. Don't live in illusion that there will be never big storm, it can happen. The thing how you will overcome it, how you will be there. Don't worry about feminism or link negative feminism when seeking long-term relationship. I have no doubt it's been my understanding, which may be incorrect. Ukrainian women want true equality feminism. The US is, I believe, in a third or fourth wave of feminism. I'm not sure what this means, third or fourth wave of feminism. I would say that in Ukraine, not all women want true equality. Some women, they want really be with a man who is, taking this leading role very, intensively. Okay, and if you want to talk about this, why is that? When woman adult, physically adult, is not always on psychological level she's adult. When women don't want to take responsibility for her life, what does it mean? And she wants man to be complete leading. It means in her mindset she's child and she wants to be leading by man. That's what it means. And so some women live life like that, and some men wants women like that. Imagine. Some men don't want women to be a partner. They want her to be Barbie doll. That will be, that he can spoil, who will never, tell him any argument. Normally, those couples with big age gap, where men appearing to the woman in more like dad's role, right? Daddy world. Okay, it's not my case with Joe. Because I know you will now throw at me those things. But just struggling with me sometimes. You can ask him. But generally, that's their characteristics. Yeah, like woman who is in a woman's body adult, and if she has like adult mindset, of adult person who's responsible for her life, who went through separation process with her parents, that's important thing. You can find in Ukraine women who still live with their mother and they're already like 35 years old. Have my relative like that. And I understand when she never been married, she's a beautiful lady, but I understand this is package 2-in-1. If you want to date this woman, you will be also dating her mom. Mama will put her nose everywhere, like, mama, this is not healthy, this is outside of normality, right? And so I understand every man, when he even tried to date her, then he experienced this. Every healthy man just run away. They don't want this. They don't want this. But if she meet man who wants to, I don't know, to be like a dad for her, and it might work. But I don't believe actually when you don't have healthy separation from your parents that actually you can build any relationship. It's just time when parents need to let go children. And I know in the West, it's much easier for Western mom, you know, they kind of, and I respect them for that. They're much less, addicted to their children. It's a problem in Ukraine, not big, but there is some cases, you know, where mama is over caring, over loving, and this is works against child and his possibilities in future. So it can be towards man, can be towards woman. So for men, we call it mama's boy, you know. And so if you see in our profile lady who write, I want independent man, guess what? If she writes just this word, you can understand she was in a relationship before with a man who was hardly depending on parents financially, emotionally, you know, and she just so sick of that she wants to find man who will, you know, who went through healthy separation from parents, who live his own life, you know, taking responsibility for his life. That's what it means. You can understand a lot of things from profile of the lady when you read what she wants. You can understand her past experience from that. Call it progressive means way the times inform globalism. Each generation moves toward a feministic view. I believe there is great things about every movement. It's just like the way we apply to our lives, you know? Okay, let's take example. Money. It's bad thing or good thing? Here you will now, your subconsciousness will tell you everything about your relationship with money. It's a just instrument that revealing people's, you know, when it's too much money, this is just energy that shows the shady sides of people, you know? It's just instrument that can do a lot of great things in the world. But also, if you know, if you let this energy take over, you know, if you love to them more than love generally, you know, like to people around you, like when you just like, this is when your problem starts, you know. This is when you make okay, maybe this is not very good example. I mean, it's hard for me to explain, but I think you got idea. Or electricity, if it's good or bad thing, you know. Child can put their 2 fingers and die from this. Does it mean that it's bad? Electricity is bad? How many great things we have because of electricity? We can heat our homes, we have lights, we have, you know, we can, I don't know. You see how world changed since we have electricity. So this is always about how we use it. The same about feminism. If you pick up things that works and make our life better, you know, that's what important. And if you use it in order to destroy your life, to become more unhappy, more unhealthy, and psychologically, you know, in many mentally in different ways, this is just something that's I guess what we need to that's our takeout from here. Would you date a married woman who went around like a town bicycle? I wouldn't. Fake feminism leads such a behavior, wrecking, paintballing in the process. I mean, if you look at the history, how it, you know, how it started, and you see there is still in the world country where women, if you go to like more Eastern culture, where women still, I don't know how to say. Okay, maybe I even don't want to go there. Yeah. This movement started basically to protect women, but that's how it's turned out. This is like electricity, you know, it's how we use it, right? Somebody started to put their your 2 fingers. Your 2 fingers. Or the same with the money, right? I don't know. If you You can create with the money a lot of, I don't know, charity, nice projects, to help people. But then you also can, like half of Ukraine, okay, there is corrupted politicians, right? And how their life changed, and how much happiness it's bring them. So, okay, it's just everything about experience and making and learning your life lessons, There's no other person who is responsible for your life other than you. Okay, we have Joe. We don't have Joe. We have a mysterious guest that want to join us now and want to bring his valuable input. So let's welcome him to our studio.
Hey, babe, can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you.
I'm using my earbuds. Hey, guys. I entered the studio as the name Lucky because, guys, aren't I the luckiest bloke in the world to be married to this precious gem, this angel, this old soul? Anichka, I loved your stream, even though I only caught pieces because I've been driving. I just pulled over. I'll yet amazing stream. It's a really important topic, isn't it, guys? Because really, all my clients over 7 years are running, not walking, but running away from feminism. They're tired of having their balls cut off, being emasculated, they're just tired of it. And there's a huge myth or misconception that no, feminism, this virus is infiltrated the country of Ukraine. But I love the insights that Anna shared today. And I just wanted to share a few insights from my past 50 first dates in Ukraine and 7 relationships in Ukraine that, I thought about it for quite a bit this morning. And I seriously can only think of one date, which turned into a relationship, that she was feministic. But guess what? When I heard she was highly feministic, in a certain way, okay. But then when I heard Anna's points about what could be behind that feminism other than the normal kind of Western feminist movement, and I thought, Anna's right. She was coming from her damaged childhood. That's why she wouldn't let a man take care of her. So she was feminist. First of all, I got to confess, I was way outside of zone of success. I was 53. She's 26. Her mother was 46. This is not good when you're older than the parents, guys. It's the kiss of death. I swear to you, it's a kiss of death. But hey, everything happens for a reason. I had my journey. I'm a little thick-headed, so I had to learn the hard way, as I usually have to do. So we were together for 6 months, and it's a failed relationship because mainly the age gap, just too far outside of zone of success. She's in a different place in her life than I was, But yeah, she wouldn't let me buy her anything. No clothes, okay, I could pay for dinners and stuff like that, for outings, for dates, but no clothes at all. Wouldn't leave work and let me take care, even though some shit was happening there that she should have, ran from that job. So in this regard of, I can take care of myself. This aspect of feminism, she was. Other aspects, she wasn't. She was from West Ukraine. This is another point I'd like to make that, in my experience, and it's pretty much a fact, that women are from the west side of Ukraine, so Lviv, close to Poland. And she was from a small town, but yet, they tend to be, I should say, stronger, maybe not even feminism, but stronger. Like, don't mess with them. Right? Like I wrote in comments, sometimes Anna can, become that masculine energy can well up sometimes, but I have to ask myself why, right? She doesn't want to ever have masculine energy. She loves She loves and adores being her best feminine self, right? That's when she's happiest. I know that. So it's just a problem. Usually it's something I'm doing wrong, right? It was why she's welling up in her masculine energy. So that's it. I want to talk about the poll here. I don't know what if you could put on the current poll results. But basically, the last one I saw was oh great. I'll have to take out my glasses off so I can read. So 10 times less, 33%. So you guys surprised me actually. You're wiser than I thought. I thought a very low percentage would get it. It's actually close or 10 times less. So here's what it is. You think the rating, how feministic are Western women? Okay, I'm going to give them a 10. I don't know what you guys give them, but I'm going to give them a freaking 10. You know, just as an aggregate of Western, again, age 30 to 40, so 30 something. And then Ukrainian women, Anna and I talked about it. And it's like, Anna and I pretty much agreed. It's like one, maybe, if not point not, you know, less than one. So there you go. 10 divided by 1 is 10 times. And so I'm pretty confident, and Anna agrees that it's 10 times difference in the feminism equation, you know, characteristic of women between the West, we'll say America, and Ukraine. And I know you guys, that's a big reason. Traditionality is number one why you guys come to Ukraine looking for a wife. Beauty is number two. Well, what is the big part of traditionality? It's feminism. I mean, it's feminism, lack of feminism. I mean, it's being feminine, beautiful, and in the feminine energy. That's what guys want, right? We don't want a man in a skirt. We don't want to feel masculine energy like when Anna piped up and said, "Hey, what's going on here now?" I mean, that's very masculine, you know? So
I do like that.
no, you did it in this live stream as an example.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
That's why
guys,
I'm talking to you like this.
yeah, no. So, I mean, I'm just, you know, we thought we would do this live stream, this is Anna's live stream, to debunk the myth that feminism is really infiltrated Ukraine, and Ukrainian women are becoming much more feministic, you know, than historically. And we don't agree. We don't agree with that. And I had to really search all my dates, right? All my dates, all my relationships. No, the women all wanted me to take care of shit. They wanted me to solve problems. They wanted me to bring home the bacon. You know, they wanted to feel safe and protected. So much so, I was sharing with Anna. I was criticized, for example, once when we're walking down the street in Krashatik, and my relationship at the time, there's a drunk man, you know, and he's over on the other side, and we were holding hands, and I just say, let's go around him, right? And then later she told me, I felt unprotected. I'm like, why? What should I do? Go beat the shit out of a drunk older man? I mean, but, you know, so I just thought of all my dates, potential situations, like even events, situations in a relationship or a date that I can see glimpses of feminism. No, except for that one, the one 26-year-old, nobody. I see why you decided to call and remote. Yeah. No, I mean, Anna and I, it's amazing. It's amazing that we can be candid with each other about absolutely everything, 100%, which is key, you know, key to a healthy marriage. So, honey, that's it for me. Do you guys have any questions for me before I leave it? Oh, listen, I forgot to say, honey, if you could remove the stats, what? And then if you could play one more time. This is the video that's coming to Mail Order Bride Scams tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern. You don't want to miss it. And the link is in the description below that video. I forgot to say that last time. Here it is if you could play it, hun. It's wowza.
You may not believe this, but this woman was a mail order bride. This job offer sounded like work in a marriage agency. That's like really interesting how they call these vacancies. Like, you're not scamming men, you're a model, you're a translator. It was really disgusting to look at the photos. Like, does he look by the photo what he has money? Which is like so weird. So, like, how can you tell it by photo? Men on this site, they're mostly in their 40s, 60s, and the main task of translator is to press on these things, press on the problems of this person. There was also this advice to write down like the birthdays of their children and grandchildren to make it look like you actually care. And this man, he starts to attach to you, he starts to fall in love with you. It's time for me to confess, you've been bamboozled. Maybe there is some girls who is actually registering there, but I have never seen such women who just really register to find love. No, they do register to find money. You will get like 100% romantic experience, and also like seems like we can deliver this girl to you.
Hey guys, so we will reveal which scam site, which PPL she worked at over on mail order bride scams. The link is below, but we don't trash talk, you know, here on our main channel. So again, 10 a.m. Eastern tomorrow, you will see that full video, confessions of a scammer.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I'm just out shopping to buy a cake and some stuff. Our 6-year-old, well, she's going to be 6 tomorrow, Elizabeth. Their birthday is tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So she's so stoked. Anybody wants to wish her happy birthday in comments, she will eat it up.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you, Joe. I let you go.
Okay, thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Bye for now. Take care.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I just heard this comment from this girl confession that these white ladies look registered to find love, but she never met. And I remember my own experience when I wanted to like really find foreigner with the purpose to marry. I was asking agencies because I didn't like know in actuality you can like, okay, to cut to the chase, nobody was interested to marry me or to marry. Maybe marry, maybe somebody wants, but they even didn't want to register me because they say you have different intent. We have intent to like collaborate with women. So like when he send you flowers, so like you collaborating with us, you making money, you know, and then he come and you bring him to shopping and all of that. And it was never interest of me. I say like, you know, you say, no, we're not interested in you, in investing time in your even like, yeah, you can be model, you can be translator, but if you want to find love, we cannot help you. That's how sick it is. Okay, guys, I hope you already. And by the way, also this girl talked about this website where she found this job, right? And now it's prohibited to post this thing. So like this vacancy, you know, Ukrainian work websites, they also like tired from, you know, being basically, yeah, given their platform to, you know, assisting with to help this business, you know, to exist. So they start to block those agencies. I don't know how they now finding their people to continue to scam to work, but yeah, at least it's not. Yeah, like when I was looking for work, it was all over, you know, and they call it translator, they call it like different things, but in actuality, this is nothing from what they described in on the website. Joe wants to add something. Yeah, you want to add something?
Yeah, I want to add something. Well, I definitely know how they find the scammers now. Yeah, direct advertising for scammers, like Anna says, it's getting more difficult because the ad agencies don't want to be involved with this. But there is the Syndicate in Odessa, and they're basically a headhunter and training agency for scammers. So they make their money by hiring and training scammers. And that whole training video series, I think it's, I forget, 15 different videos. It's on Mail Order Bride Scams YouTube channel. If you guys haven't watched that, it is a freaking eye-opener. They go over everything. They reveal all. I came across the video training series that the Syndicate did. They give their new employees to watch this series
to learn how to scam. It's professionally videoed and lighting and audio, and they tell all how much money they make, what they do in this situation, that situation. It's disgusting. They're married. They talk about that. How is your wife? It's men scammers and women scammers. Most of the good top paying scammers are men because they know how to think with the little head, right? Okay, I just wanted to add that in. Okay,
thank you.
Great job, honey. Bye, guys.
There is a touching on a point of feminism, but it's not masculine energy. Sexual freedom movement goes hand in hand with it. Okay, in regards of sexual freedom, it's just something that not exists in Ukraine. Women don't want to have sexual freedom. Okay, maybe. Okay, I talk about again general tendencies. If you found a girl, I don't know, on Tinder, you know, who looking for, like, I don't know. This is just, you know, it can happen. But again, I talk about generally speaking about majority of Ukrainian women. They don't want to have freedom on that, you know. I see when I post in videos now on Instagram, if you want, to see me more there, you can type Match Guarantee and found our page there. And so guys right, Western guys right. So I'm posting video, for example, that a woman is confused with you know, like, what it means this do you want to be exclusive relationship or like multiple relationship? This is just non-existent things in Ukraine. So when she been asked this, she's like, bye-bye, you know, like, I'm not interested. So she does, like, for her, all relationship exclusive. She just don't know even definition to this, because that's what she wants, like, man focus on woman, woman focus on man. And so when I post these videos in Instagram, I see in comments guys write, wait, but until we get married, you know, it's like fair that I can date several women, and if she's open and this is also fair, she can also do that. This is not about fair. It's about what Ukrainian woman wants. She don't want to date several men at the same time. You need to understand this. And she wants this type of commitment from men. If you want to be successful with Ukrainian woman, she's super sensitive about infidelities, you know, because that's what everything she knows about, you know, living her life in a hard competitive mode to other women in Ukraine, you know. So when she meet her man, she wants to know that he choose her as she choose him. And this is both way commitment. And if man, you know, somehow she senses it, you know, that he's chasing several women, she just like, she's not interested. She had enough. A lot of Ukrainian women, their trauma in past, men being, you know, men cheat on her. I was not an exception. And you say, oh, they cheat maybe to not beautiful women, to not, no, they don't care. I mean, it just can happen. I was young, 19 years old girl, or like, I don't know, maybe 20, I don't know, something like, or 20s. It was not pleasant experience. And so I understand this experience lands super hard on me. Basically, I just lost complete trust to a man for years. For years. The way I was choosing after this experience, man for relationship, it was just my main desire. I basically closed my heart. I didn't want anymore. It was super dangerous, super painful, you know. I just basically everything I need just to know that he will be this type of man that will never cheat me, you know, like I need to be super confident about him. And this is a lot of Ukrainian women. They're very careful. So when they meet men who like TTT here, TTT here, you know, in YouTube, in Instagram, in like on a dating website to get in a relationship, no, I don't need that. If I choose to be in a relationship with this man, I want from him the same commitment. I want to know that he's focused and we're trying to make this relationship works together. I want honesty in relationship. That's why our introduction, how we change the way we work after, war started with having one introduction at a time, it's increased our like success rate, how success in relationship, because it's led man to be focused on his woman, and if it doesn't work, we move ahead. And like women don't want also to be if she introduced and she expressed desire to know this man, men think we are not fair to woman, not bringing her another bachelor. But if you will ask a woman in actuality what she wants, she will look at us like we seek agency or some problem with us. If we will try to introduce her to another man when she's in a relationship with other of our client, she don't want that. If she choose and she in the relationship developing and like it's working, she say, you're scammer, so what? Why you want me to have another man to talk to? She's not interested. So it's not we unfair. It's we know what Ukrainian women want. And we work and we doing things in the best interest of them, of high quality women, knowing how they want. It's scammer want to talk to every man because the more clients she has, like 50 relationship and at the same time, or like through translator she has. This is different thing. This is not a girl who's looking for marriage. So like I'm very laughing when guys tell us how we need to work and how we unfair to women. Those guys just, I understand they don't know nothing about Ukrainian women, if that's what they think. On this note, guys, if you want really to know who is Ukrainian women, to understand the way they think, how they different from Western women, from everything that you know basically about women, just help us to get back this channel that we create for you. It's called Ukraine Dating, where average Ukrainian women streaming, and you can see that, you asking question, the same question, different age of ladies, and you will see that you will have the same answers, the way how they similar, because this is what can show you real, Ukrainian women, and to understand these differences and look to them, not from, leave your experience before and everything that you know there. Don't look from this perspective, look at this as a fresh knowledge. It's a different world, different planet, different values, different everything.
Today, it's completely free for you to have a video date face-to-face with beautiful Eastern European women of all ages and walks of life.
Oh my god. That's it. I'm all yours.
So I brought flowers.
Wow, it's so beautiful.
With makeup or no makeup, hair up, hair down, you always look great.
Thank you. You get to ask all your deepest burning questions. Okay, so we will see you live over at ukrainedating.tv.
Ukrainedating.tv, you just type it and you get in our channel. There is a buy me coffee option to support channel, to not only just to support, there is a valuable memberships if you're considering to start your journey with us, with Match Guarantee. There is incredible memberships that save you a lot of money. And so if you're a guy that, thinking about this, not sure, have a lot of questions, again, come out and get your answers being answered on individual consultation, free matchmaking consultation. Just go to Match Guarantee /register and choose your good day and time. And get your answers from Ukrainian ladies. Hello. So let's see your comments here. And I also want to focus on one woman at a time. Everything else is running two trains at the same time. I don't like to have backup plan for love or more options at the same time. Thanks God, there is guys who, think this way. And that's why our guys who is our client, they, most of them, they understand that's how it works and understand. But some of them who is new, especially with us, they coming up with their own ideas how it should be. And it's hard, you know. Like if you come to us and you trust, and like our 20 plus years of experience, you know, please listen to us. We do things, you know, in the best interest of you and ladies, you know, and we know what works best for them, because, you know, all our team is Ukrainian people, you know, like Ukrainian mentally, you know, like in every way. And then you're right, but many Ukrainian women post half naked pictures on Instagram, TikTok, so not only men are blamed on cheating, why they have boyfriends and post pictures in underwear. You know, there is different type of Ukrainian woman. Okay, let's not just summarizing by some young girls who, you know, who, I mean, I had very provocative pictures on my Instagram before I met Joe, and so how much you can tell about my personality? I don't say like, I mean, Joe friend, when he saw this picture, when Joe just met me, you know, my Instagram, Joe, he told Joe, oh, you know, she's not good girl, you know, she's not good girl. Now all guys will go to my Instagram to find all pictures. It's still there. You can go and find. You know, I was discovering, was my my experience of discovering my maybe I don't know, shady sides of like me. Who is me, you know? I mean, you can like this the things, you know, motivation can be very different in women, you know. Like in my case, it just was to checking up my my borders, understand, like overcoming my fears, you know, discovering sides of me that I never, you know, was facing, that was blocking sexually. Ukrainian women, if you will, like you say about sexual revolution, you know, Ukrainian women, a lot of them have so much sexual blocks, you know. Again, if you will look, like I talk about women again, 30 plus, they was raised in the Soviet Union by parents in Soviet Union, where with the phrase "there is no sex in Soviet Union," right? So it was no sex. Children somehow was appearing, but it's so all this is just set deeply in subconsciousness. So you cannot tell, generally speaking, like in, you know, if she's scam, you know, it can be a scammer, you know, who like have all this, but I'm not, I never was a scammer, you know, but I have these pictures. So how much generally, yeah, you can, it can be, there is many different intention can be behind that. I know one, I'm friend with one Ukrainian lady who opened her model agency, and she became model when she was already 35. This is her, like, was her child dream, you know. And now she's in America, and she's making photo in different styles, but including no nude photos, okay. But she working with a different. I have several, actually. I was thinking about I have several ladies, like, I mean, that I know, and she's for her, and as for many creative people, this is like it's her life. She, okay, it's hard. She's collaborating with some brands that, like, you know, for women, some things, you know, that underwear or something, you know. There is a lot of models in Ukraine as well who is like, I have in Ukraine another, you know, friend who is already married long time. What do you mean, Joseph? Oh, Joseph want to talk about my photos? Want to
Hey
talk
guys,
about me
I
being
just had to
bad.
come back in, even though I'm buying some wine for tonight we're having some friends over. So I don't know, I'm in a public place. But anyway, honey, please, guys, understand. I had to come and set the record straight. Honey, you are the exception, not the rule. Guys, I think you guys get that. But generally speaking, I agree with other guys, right? I mean, if she's got provocative photos on a dating site or Instagram, depending on how provocative, right? But generally speaking, marriage material, high quality Ukrainian women are modest. They don't have, and honey, yours weren't showing a lot of skin, right? We're not
No,
talking bikini.
I don't have.
bikini.
I know I don't
Yeah.
have.
So I just wanted to make sure you guys don't assume, right? So what you guys believe that, you know, you want to look for modesty in the photos, it's correct. It's absolutely correct. If a girl has provocative pictures anywhere in public view, it's a very big red flag. That's all I got to say.
Okay, thank you. Generally speaking, I agree with Joe. Okay, but I just leave there some some opportunity for exceptions. Okay, there is exceptions also appear. So I always say there is women also. They are, you know, they have different time frames. They live life, you know, and there is can be different things what they gone through. But generally speaking, yes. What's the purpose of those things, you know? And it's also, if you're in a relationship with this woman, like, I mean, okay, it was very interesting. It was street survey. I will try to find it. There was like, if you're in a relationship and your man asks you to delete your provocative photos from your Instagram, would you delete it? So it was interviewed, actually done in Russia. And so it was probably 50-50, yes and no. And so what these photos give you, like, for example, if Joe would ask me, I would delete, you know, but I know it's not bothering him as me, you know, it's just my, you know, I'm not doing it now, you know, I don't have this this desire anymore, like, but I mean, for me, it just was a part of creation. I found myself a very creative person. Who don't know, I was in music. This was part of, I don't know, discovering myself and discovering was some art, you know. I was doing not only some was funny with the, you know, was funny. It was, I think photo session, it's a part of feminine energy, and a lot of women, they do photo session because this is very natural for them. But again, if what photo session you do family memories photo session, you do like some feminine nice pictures. And so here I want to tell you one thing. If you go on our website and you will look at the photo of pictures of our ladies, you will find they have just average, normal looking pictures from their daily life. So most of them, they, you know, they don't have even like professional photos. If we would, you know, we always tell them, you know, will increase your men visual, you know, they click. But if we will advise women, we don't provide nothing like, you know, studios for them or doing photos, you know. And so when you see website with the ladies all like, you know, very provocative, very very you know, sexy, and like, I don't know, like it's a question, you know, if every girl like that, it's a question to this website, what their business, what they're doing. I am, you know, and if you go to our website, you will just find out that photos, you know, they are very different. So if you would advise a girl who registered with us to improve her photos, we will advise her to do it in a classy way, you know, maybe in some, you know, of course it will be not have naked pictures, you know, it will be just some like maybe long dress and like classy. You know what is classy, right? I don't need to explain. So some feminine, beautiful, like professional pictures. That's what we would want to place, you know, in order to help them, for men to click, you know, look at their profile. But most of them, they just, yeah, they don't have good photos. But if they have, our ladies, they have they have very classy. If they have professional photo session that they can share with us photos, it will be some very classy photos. So that's the thing. So where is this photo? Where is this comment in a major stream again, talking about major tendencies? I would agree that a serious marriage-minded girl, this is not what she will be posting to find husband. But also can be an issue like psychological damage, or why she needs attention, because those photos get a lot of attention, right? So yeah, there can be a lot of things, but a lot of, definitely, if she's targeting especially foreigners men, I mean, with the purposes, yeah. This is normally instrument, all scam website, they have very, very well they invest a lot of money on a very provocative, well photoshopped, like guys have, a lot of them, they complain that, there's like, if it happened that in real life they met this girl, she was looking completely different from, what she, I mean, if it happened, they meet and she continued to scam him to bringing him to shopping, so poor guys. So yes, guys, you better be here more cautious. Can be exceptions, but, and I also, okay, that's I read already. Anna, you're also musicians put themselves out in their order to get more listeners, music, get more gigs, earn money to live. Yeah, I mean, for like people who is in art, involved in art, and like, I don't know, in a, like, if lady, her profession is to be actress, you understand this is part of her work, when she's performing in different, she's being different person, right? Playing. So like, we have in Ukraine this show Bachelor, yeah, when one time was woman and she was actress, and one day they brought these bachelors to her work day, so they will get experience. What is this? And so there was some bachelors that left show after this because they say, oh, I don't want my woman to be, I don't know, like play scenes of love with some other man. So why you come to fight for her heart? This is big question. So it can be, yeah, when it's connected to her art profession, there is that's where it might have exceptions. But when it just, I don't know, when you see a girl post all of that and then she has this how this calls this very popular website that everybody knows, America, Canada, where you make money on something fun. Maybe what you can help me with this? OnlyFans, yeah? If she has profile on OnlyFans, this is not woman that you want to date, right? This is just this is her lifestyle. This is not her, yeah, mostly, yeah, you understand. If she's in bikini, she's better than will be at the beach. Yeah, I had the pictures in bikini also, but I was in the beach in the sea. So even in our database, if girl has, doesn't have good picture. I mean, yeah, that's where. If you see a girl in bikini and she's in the studio, it's something wrong with this.
Hey guys, I had to come back. Honey, you're doing such a great stream, isn't she, guys? But I want to just share a fact with you guys that you probably don't know. I might have mentioned this before in a stream. I'm not sure.
I will come back now, okay? 1 second.
But we did a 9-month purge project, okay, on our database of ladies. So 265 hours of checking every single photo of every single girl. We purged, we got rid of 21 ladies on our Match Guarantee site because we found, some OnlyFans, and just if we found anything that just wasn't becoming of
the high quality of woman that we represent, right? Then we got rid of her, which included calling her, talking to her about it first. Tatiana did that. And then she didn't have a good feel after that. We marked her and we removed her. So it does happen. It does happen. But just so you guys know, full transparency, and that is our commitment to bringing you guys the top high quality Ukrainian women that are seriously looking for a husband. So that's my message. I was going to do a video on this, a short little video on this, but here we go. I never get around to it. Hey, babe, I'm done. She probably went for a pee break or something. So how many guys are joining? Oh, an hour and 40 minutes. Wow. So the other thing I was going to say is if you guys are looking to work, what I was going to say. This week, I spoke to one guy being scammed 50 grand over 10 years, another guy 25, and another guy 15,000 on PPL sites. Okay, and that's what inspired me to find this scammer that confesses, right? Because I see you guys are still falling for it. You're still falling for it. 3 big ones in 1 week. So we're just trying to educate you in every way we can. Anyway, that's it, babe. Great stream.
Thank you.
Love ya. Bye.
Bye. Okay, Joseph in shock. You know, I have I have to confess also my true nature. I'm super naive, just like you guys, you know, just like you guys in the West. And I know that I learned my hard lessons, you know, because I'm over trusting to people. I see in people only the best things, you know. It's just like, so I'm probably not very good teacher here, you know. I mean, just because I'm a little bit in a pink glasses, you know, like to the end, I always still want to see in people the best sides of them, you know, which is great, right? Which has allowed me to, you know, I can very easily encourage everyone, you know, like I just accept people who they are. But so I'm very positive, in other words. So, but there is a measure where you need to really see world how it is, you know, and there is a place and the situation where you need to be cautious and you need to be less naive, but more, you know, more, I don't know, it's pragmatic or like more look to, you know, cut to the chase and look real for what's going on. So guys, yeah, OnlyFans. So yeah, on this note, guys, yeah, I'm grateful for you that you come today, and I just want to announce that's for live stream topic of my live stream for next Saturday. Let's talk about traditionalism in Ukraine. What is this? If it's still myth, or what we mean by the traditional beautiful woman? Okay, let's see, because I believe that there is a lot of misunderstanding about who is really traditional woman, what we put in this definition, you know. So let's talk about this and see if it still exists in Ukraine and in which form. And let's read comment here, William. That's why my locksmith told me the other day that I was too trusting, but that people are out there to get you. He said he has lived the streets and that helps you not to be naive. He has lived in the streets and that helps you not to be naive. Yeah, guys, you know, there is times in life and situation when you need to see things for what they are, you know, and be brave enough to perceive, you know, truth how it is. And so, I mean, with my all positivity, you know, there is a reality of it. So sometimes we need to be brave enough when we, and women, in Ukraine, where a lot of them, this is crazy amount, this is crazy statistics of like in the last half a year, they officially registered 320, I believe so, 320,000 applicants of women asking for help from emotional or physical abuse. And so why I'm talking about this, it's often happen again, Ukrainian women, like they want to the end again, they want to like, okay, first time I forgive, and just like, it's grow, it's develop, if person don't set these boundaries, and again, you're very sensitive about boundaries because of all these things that happen in the West, right, about boundaries. But this is just about healthy boundaries where you teach people how to treat your, what's acceptable, what's not. And so a lot of Ukrainian women, they live in this fantasy world that he will change, if he one time beat me, doesn't mean he will do this the same, and so there is time and place in life where you need to stand up for yourself and say, I'm not okay with this, and leave this relationship, don't find an argument to protect him, and to be naive, and just like waiting until, I don't know, next time he can kill you, And this is problem with a lot of Ukrainian women, unfortunately. This crazy statistic should tell you that, if in a country where in actuality woman doesn't have any protection, like in actuality, this help, if you will get any help, this is mostly will be some organization, charity organization who is creating to save women from abuse. But on police level, on government level, they will not have any. So it means they don't believe they can have help. So in actuality, they don't even apply for help. So this number, like real number, it's much bigger. Yeah. So I want guys you to understand, the same thing that, like Ukrainian woman being, for example, in abusive relationship, need to find this courage, to walk out from them and stand up for yourself. The same courage you need to have, guys. If you in relationship with a woman who, obviously use you, like, or she just not represent the woman you have, like major deal breakers, on the life purposes or vision for a family. There is times when you need to, walk out from this relationship. But okay, guys, don't be like, it's just Joe have somewhere a funny video, like she asked $20, like, she's scamming me. I understand you're oversensitive sometimes, and of course, you should be cautious. But normally, it depends just on how you meet women, If you meet women through, for example, our agency, where we've done work to check ladies, to make sure that you introduce to serious lady with a serious intention. And we do a lot of work, towards with this intent. But then if you meet lady, I don't know, girl on free website and or I don't know, on paper letter website. I don't know what you still can fish in there for. I still don't know, but yeah, have to be like many times more cautious. But even if you meet girl with serious intention about you, but you have major deal breakers, or just the way she treats you, it's just not working. Not working. Be courage to to understand your values, and maintain relationship to the way you want to be treated in a relationship. I understand, for example, I know very good, Joe's self-worth and the way he wants to be treated. And I don't go, with him. I know my, Okay, maybe it's not. But I mean, this sense, you know, the thing that women in Ukraine allow men to abuse them, it's because they have this damaged self-worth. A lot of them. Again, this is come from Soviet Union. This is all connected, you know, about that you're not unique. You're not the main request they want to work with. It's self-confidence, because very non-confident a lot. So this damaged trauma of self-worth, you know. So abuser kind of, you know, trigger this trauma to be healed, you know, until she come to the point where she say, enough is enough. I refuse to be treated this way. But you know, a lot of them, even like they come to this point where it's so like it's kind of where they so afraid to do something about this, because they under threaten that if you will split with me, men say, for example, if you split, I will find you, I will kill you, you know. And you can understand feminine woman, you know, that's why a lot of women have like this safety and security issues. And if you will look at television, Ukrainian television, they don't show happy couples, international couples. They show that man in USA, he killed his Ukrainian wife. She found love abroad. She moved to him. Everything was like such a nice story, and then he killed her. That's what they show on Ukrainian TV. So they have a lot of insecurities and like their own fears to open up a relationship, to start this relationship. You know, there is a lot of abusive things happen in Ukraine, and then you have foreigner men that you don't know. It's like men from another planet. You know, she wants to feel that you know, this man that she can trust. That I don't know, that have in his gut desire to care about her, to protect her. You see, I personally was not in abusive relationship, but when before my divorce happened, my ex-husband was telling me, I will never be a divorced man. I will be how it's called, when windower, like it means that I will die, like if I will leave him. But he was telling me like a joke, you know. It was not funny for me, but it just didn't, you know, it didn't. And this side of him I never experienced, like during our years of life that we spent shared together. I never find him like abusive person, but that's what I was, because he was so angry. That's what I was hearing in my address. And it was not funny. It was a lot of, you know, questions how it will be, like, you know, it was a lot of courage, right? Like brave. You need to be very brave to make these steps. And if you was in very damaging, you know, like abusive relationship, the more it hard works, the more abusive, like become more aggressive when you want to change something. So it takes a lot of you know, support on different level to be able to move from there to a point where how you want to be treated. It's not easy to say for a woman to stand up for herself when in an abusive relationship. It's about timing. She has to choose the best time to leave the situation, to avoid worse situation. Yes, I agree with you. Woman's right to protect herself from violence is a part of human rights. That why my wife had her own pistol and was trained to use it. Yes, Matt. Many women don't have support of family they can rely on, and maybe or feel trapped. It's very sad. Yes, I agree with you. It's unfortunate. wasn't the case in my situation, but I understand, especially if your parents very like, you know, traditional, they like in the Soviet Union, you know, it's still like in Soviet Union, oh, if you want to get divorced, oh, you will be like ashamed by society, you know, for your choice. So like when my grandma split with her ex-husband, that was pre-arranged marriage where she, you know, was not love-based, and it was like super extremely not normal. A lot of people in Soviet Union was living in the families because it was approved by society, but not because they really love each other and they wanted to be in this relationship. Unfortunate. And so this is come again by generation. Yeah, we talk about different deep topics today, guys. Final poll results is here. Okay, 26 10 times 26%. Yes, guys, so it's good that you, I don't know who was voting. Maybe those guys already been in Ukraine, experience it. So this is very uplifting, nice statistics that made me feel. But I wanted to talk today about this topic because I know this is, guys, your pain, especially new one who have no idea, like who never experienced, you know, Ukrainian women. You might think, you know, what's the difference? It's like one world, you know, it's a fact everywhere. No. It's just different world, really. If you will experience one time dating Ukrainian woman, like our guys say, we have a lot of guys who've been married before to Ukrainian women, or she died or something happened, and so like they say, no, I want again. So like they don't consider any other possibilities for relationship, or one time was dating, you know, but something didn't work. Or they just met friend who's look at his relationship, he's with Slavic lady, they like, I want the same, you know, I want the same. They don't want to go back. So I think you can talk about this 1,000 hours, but the real experience that will become your experience when it's become your journey, you know, and your own experience. What is here? It's a mentally from last century, but I think understand it's like in Russia. Okay, guys. So thank you for being with me. Only 26% correct. Yeah. I mean, it will be bigger number if guys will just like really experience dating Ukrainian women. It will be different number. But again, this will become your experience when you will be on this journey. You know, we can talk a lot about this, how it is, but unless you will be on this journey. And so if you're considering to be in this journey, you're not sure, you have a lot of questions, please come to our matchmaking consultation. It's free. Just simply go into matchguaranty.com/register and you will get your answers. You know, get your answers on all your burning questions. Thank you for being with me today. We'll see you next Saturday, and we will talk about traditionalism of Ukrainian women. If this is a myth or something still existing in Ukraine, and what we mean by that. Let's discover all of that on my next live stream, 11 a.m. Eastern Time, here on this channel. You're welcome. Thank you for being with me today. Bye-bye. See you. See you. See you. See you. See you.